Okay, hi, good afternoon everyone. So we continue our training today at the water park, okay, especially the water slides. Okay, here we will introduce how to do basic water slide operations and also how to do safety checks, pre-opening checks on the slides, and then we will walk you through how to do all of that by hand, and then we will also check the bottom of the slides, and lastly we will cover how to attend the slides up there in that tower. Okay, so firstly let's look at how to turn on the slides. Okay, Mr. Azri will walk you through it. So before we go through the steps to activate the water pumps for the slides, let's first review the standard operating procedures. Every morning before the park opens, you must inspect the structural integrity and surrounding areas of all slides and attractions. If no issues are found, proceed to the pump rooms for each slide in the water park. Turn on the pump switches, and once activated, the slides will be ready for guest use. At the end of the day, turn off all pumps before leaving. In case there is an issue, turn off or leave off the pump for the affected slide. Next, you must restrict guest access to a slide until the problem is resolved. As we continue to the pump room, you will see the control panel on the back wall. This particular slide has 6 switches. Since the tower supports 3 slides, each water pump has its own dedicated on and off controls. So green equals on, red equals off. Simple, right? Let's move on. As mentioned before, you need to check the structural integrity of the slides. Here, you need to check for loose screws or any shaking of the support beams, and if there are any issues that might affect the overall safety of the slides. Okay, so now we are here at one of the slides, and this one we call it the green slide because of the color itself. So right now we are going to conduct a surface check of the slide before the slide is open. Okay, so come closer. So I'm going to jump on the slide first. Okay, so as you can see right here, before this we have conducted a lot of checks. We have run our fingers through the surface of the slides, and we've noticed a few bumps and sharp edges that can be repaired. So we use a special kind of waterproof sealer to fill in all of the sharp edges, the bumps and all of that. Okay, so as important as the slides are to be checked every morning, the landing area is also very important to check. For example, every morning you need to suit up to go for a dive. Okay, go for a dive and look through the flooring of the pools to see whether there are any cracks in the tiles and also the walls around the pool. Okay, check whether there are any sharp edges that may injure guests. And also, here's a cool thing. Every morning you may have a chance to find guests' belongings. For example, right there, okay, this is not scripted. You can see there is 5 ringgits on there. Okay, that belongs to guests, and yeah, we may keep it until the guest comes to retrieve it later. Okay, so you need to check that, report it to the supervisor, and yeah, if there are anything that is out of the ordinary, you need to check, you need to report it to the supervisor. Okay, so that is all for this part. Now, once you're all done with the pre-opening checks, you will be stationed up here to attend the slides. Okay, here you are responsible to manage the guests, to monitor the guests' behavior, okay, to check, to mitigate them from doing any risky bad actions going down the slides. Okay, and you need to always stay vigilant for emergencies. Okay, because this is a very common place where sometimes people have an emergency up here. Okay, so you need to contact your supervisor, contact your manager immediately in case there is anything bad that is happening right here. Okay, So if you check the slides properly, okay, guests will go down it very safely. Okay, but if you notice, there are some guests that go down in a crowded way. Okay, maybe they form like trains. Okay, and maybe sometimes kids in particular. Okay, that is very common. They usually go down the slides like Superman. Okay, they lay down on their belly, and that is actually very dangerous. So the next time they come up, you need to give them a stern warning to not do that again, and guide them on how to go down the slides properly. Okay, and that is taught right here. It is shown very clearly right here. Okay, you cannot go down the slides like the Superman. You cannot hold the walls of the slide. Okay, make sure you tuck your hands. Okay, and that will ensure that there are no accidents happening whilst going down the slides. Okay, so I'll meet you all back at Dewan Mendara at 2:30. Okay, thank you.